Hello students, today we are going to start with the geomorphic processes and the landforms that are there on the surface of the earth. In this video, of course, we will be discussing just about the geomorphic processes. Now, what is actually geomorphic processes? In fact, on the surface of the earth, we can see various kinds of landforms, like for example, mountains are there, then there is of course the plateaus that are there, then of course plains that are there, then small hills that are there. These various kinds of features that we see on the surface of the earth, they are broadly given a term what we call as the landforms. And the study of these landforms is the subject matter of geomorphology. In other words, geomorphology actually is the study of the landforms that are there on the surface of the earth. Now, this word geomorphology has originated from a Greek word that is geo, which means earth, then morphe, which means form, and logos, which means a discourse or to describe. So combination of this word actually has made geomorphology. The term geomorphology was used for the first time in 1893 by W.M. Davis or William Morris Davis, who is widely regarded as the father of geomorphology. So basically, geomorphology is the study of the landforms that are there on the surface of the earth. For the study of geomorphology, of course, we have to take the help of geology also. Interior structure of the earth, that is, also comes under its study. Now, when we study the geomorphology, the first thing, that is the study of landforms. Now, what are these landforms? Landforms, very simply, if you have to define it, natural features that are there on the earth surface. अर्थ सरफेस के ऊपर हम लोग को जो भी नेचुरल फीचर्स दिखता है उसे हम लोग लैंडफॉर्म्स कहते हैं. Like for example, mountains are there, plateaus are there, hills are there, plains are there. These mountains, plateaus, hills, plains, they are known as major landforms. Minor landforms, buttes are there, canyons are there, valleys are there, river basins are there. They are termed as minor landforms. Now, the landforms that are there, they can be divided into three orders. That is, first order landform. First order landform are normally the continents and the oceans. Continents and the oceans are the first order landforms. Second order landforms are the mountains, plateaus, plains. Mountains, plateaus, plains, they are the second order landforms. And the third order landforms are, of course, the cross section of the mountains or mountain sections, like it also can be hills, valley, deltas, etc. These are the third order landforms. Now, all the landforms that are there on the surface of the earth, the natural forces that are there, these natural forces cause what we call physical stress, chemical actions on the earth materials, as a result of which what happens is that the सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ और सरफेस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऑफ द अर्थ, जो उबड़ खाबड़ हम लोग को नजर आता है, माउंटेन्स, प्लेटूज, ये सब जो नजर आता है, दिस configurations undergo changes, and the changes that occur, they are referred to by a process what we call geomorphic processes. I am again repeating, on the surface of the earth, the landform features that are there, they are gradually undergoing changes as a result of various kinds of processes that are working over them, and these processes are combinedly referred to as the geomorphic processes. In other words, geomorphic process result in changing of the configurations of the earth surface. Now there are of course certain geomorphic processes or certain factors which have an influence on the geomorphic processes. It can be wind, it can be sunlight, it can be water, it can be volcanic eruptions, it can be earthquakes. All of them result in undergoing changes on the surface of the earth. Now, broadly, the geomorphic processes that are there, they can be divided into two categories. That is, geomorphic processes can be divided into two categories, that is terrestrial and terrestrial processes and extraterrestrial processes. Now, the terrestrial processes are those processes which actually occurs on the surface of the earth. Everything that occurs on the surface of the earth, it can be termed as the terrestrial process. Extraterrestrial processes are those processes which actually occurs outside the earth's atmosphere, जो अर्थ के अंदर नहीं होता है. It can be falling of a meteorite from outer space. It can, whenever it falls, it can have an impact on the surface of the earth. Various other planets that are there, they can be affected by these extraterrestrial processes. If you study the rocks that are there on the surface of the moon, it is actually, or it comes under these extraterrestrial processes, or like soil of the Mars, which has been brought or which is being studied, all of them are what we call extraterrestrial. Terrestrial are the ones which occurring on the earth, especially on the surface of the earth, occurring within our atmosphere. But if it is occurring from outside, then we actually call it extraterrestrial processes. Now, terrestrial geomorphic processes again broadly can be divided into two categories, what we call endogenetic and exogenetic. Endogenetic and exogenetic exogenic or exogenetic processes. Endogenetic or endogenic processes are the ones which occur below the surface of the earth, जो जमीन के अंदर होता है, below the crust, earth crust. If it is happening, then it is endogenetic. If it is occurring on the surface of the earth, जमीन के अगर ऊपर हो रहा है, in that case it is exogenic processes or exogenetic processes. Now, coming to the endogenetic or endogenic process. This endogenic process can again be subdivided into slow and sudden. But before that, you should know about diastrophic movement. Diastrophic. This word diastrophic actually means deformation of the earth crust. It has actually taken from a Greek word which actually means twisting. It can occur through various ways. अलग अलग तरीका से हो सकता है. Land portions can be uplifted or it can be slided down. It can, all of this comes under the process of diastrophic movement or diastrophism. This diastrophism can be slow movement or it can be sudden movement. Now, if it is a slow movement, it can again be of three types. Slow, as the name suggests, which occurs very slowly over a long period of time. It can be tectonic, isostatic or eustatic movements. Tectonic movements which occurs below the surface of the earth, which you have studied in class 8 as the plate tectonic theory. Movement of the plates, that is actually tectonic movement. Isostatic movement. Isostatic movement refers to the theory of isostasy. Theory of isostasy, what actually it states that the mountains that are there on the surface of the earth as well as the plains that are there on the surface of the earth, they are in equilibrium. Equilibrium means they have the same weight. दोनों का वजन same है. As a result of the isostatic movement, when this portion is getting lowered, the mountains are gradually rising. It results in rising of the land. And eustatic is the process which results in the rising of the sea level or rising of the seas. Now, as a result of the erosion materials which are eroded from the mountains, plains, they are deposited in the oceans, rivers, that are, as a result of which the water level basically rises up. That what we call as the eustatic process. Now, in case of the sudden diastrophic movement which occurs very suddenly and its impact or effect is also visible. In these cases, the effects that are there, it takes place over a long period of time. You may not actually get to see it on a day-to-day basis, but in this case, you can see it on a day-to-day basis, like volcanism and earthquakes. Both of them occur below the surface of the earth. As a result of the volcanic eruptions, lava that comes out flows over the surface of the earth. It can bring about various changes on the earth surface. Same is the case with the earthquake, that is the shaking of the earth crust. It can also result in changes on the surface of the earth. Now, again the tectonic movement that is there, again it can be subdivided into two movements, that is epirogenic and orogenic. Epirogenic and orogenic movement. Epirogenic movement, basically again it has come from a Greek word which means continent. It has come from the Greek word epiros, which means continent. This one again another Greek word by the name of oros, which actually means mountain. This means continent. Basically, epirogenic movements, these are what we call continent building movements, and in this case orogeny or orogenic movement, these are what we call mountain building movements. Apreogenic movement can again be upward or it can be downward. Upward or it can be downward. That is, land surfaces may be uplifted from the sea or it can be downgraded or slided down some areas as a result of the landform going down. That is what we call result in the formation of the continents. In this case, orogenic, it can result again in two kinds of movement, that is what we call compressive force and tensile force. Compressive force is the force which is from both the sides. अगर इस तरह से दोनों तरफ से पुश किया गया, if it is pushed from both the sides, that is compressive. Tensile, it is force which is acting in opposite direction. As a result of the compressive force, fold mountains can be created. As a result of the tensile force, faults can be created, resulting in formation of the block mountains. So that was what we call endogenetic processes. Now coming to the exogenetic, this one which we had mentioned, exogenetic processes or exogenic process, it can again be subdivided into degradation, aggradation, and biotic processes. Now, exogenic process. Exogenic, the word itself refers to the fact that the landforms that are there on the surface of the earth, they are weighed down, weighed away, आहिस्ता आहिस्ता घिस जाता है as a result of these processes. Now, as a result of exogenic processes, it results in what we call denudation. Denudation actually is a general term which is used for combined effect of all the exogenic processes. Now, exogenic process, as I was telling you, it results in either degradation or aggradation. Degradation, that is lowering down of the land. Aggradation, basically from one area the materials, जैसे कि एक जगह से पहाड़ वगैरह घिस रहा है, these materials are deposited at some other place. That is what we call the aggradation. Now, these degradation, aggradation, or for that matter biotic processes, all of them basically work together. They are, all of them are working together. ये नहीं कि ये एक काम कर रहा है तो ये नहीं काम कर रहा है. It is not something like that. All of them are working together simultaneously. Now, degradation, it basically means lowering down the quality of the land. Again, coming from the word degrade, which means lowering in the quality of land. It can result from either weathering. Degradation can be done either through weathering, it can be done through erosion, it can be done through transportation, or it can be done through deposition. Weathering, entire chapter is there after this, but weathering actually is the process by which the rocks that are there on the surface of the earth, the rocks are broken down into smaller pieces as a result of the weathering. It is the process by which the rocks that are there on the surface of the earth, they are broken down into smaller pieces. It is done either mechanically or it can be done in a chemical manner also. That is as a result of the mechanical weathering, or it can be chemical weathering. Erosion is the process by which the earth surface is gradually worn down. आहिस्ता आहिस्ता घिसते रहता है, that is what we call erosion. Agents of erosion, running water of the rivers are there, glaciers are there, wind are there. They gradually remove materials on the surface of the earth from one area to another area, resulting in lowering of the land. But it is a very slow kind of process. Only in some cases, if it is floods are occurring, then you can see the difference very quickly, but otherwise it occurs very slowly. Transportation. The materials that are created as a result of weathering and erosion, they are transported either by wind, it can be river water, it can be glaciers, it can be oceans, it can be waves. They are transported and finally deposited in some other areas. Normally in the low-lying areas, it can be rivers, it can be seas. So basically all these processes work together under what we call degradation. Now, aggradation, as a result of these materials that has been created, these materials are deposited in some one area or the other area. This deposition, it can be done either by ocean water, it can be done by groundwater, it can be done by glaciers, it can be done by the wind, or it can be done by the rivers also. And one more thing about the erosion. When the materials on the surface of the earth, particularly as a result of which they are gradually worn down, it can also be done again by the rivers, it can be done by the wind, it can be done by the glaciers, or it can also be done by the water. All of these are what we call agents of erosion. Same way, the transportation, it can be done by the wind, it can be done by the water, it can be done by the glaciers. All of them are means of transportation, and ultimately deposition takes place according to the size of the sediments. Suppose if a sediment is very small, very fine, then of course it can be transported over long distance. But heavier material, suppose if it is a small stone, pebble, it cannot be transported over long distance. It cannot be transported over long distance by wind. Obviously, if it is river water, it can help in transportation. So what deposition takes place, of course, in the low-lying areas, but how they are done is totally different. Now, finally, this biotic process, it is done by the plants, it can be done by the plants, it can be done by the animals, which of course includes the human beings also. Plants and animals, though they do not take part in the lowering of the earth's surface directly, but they do it in an indirect manner, in some cases directly. For example, plants. The plants that are there on the surface of the earth, like the trees that are there, forests that are there, when the plants or trees, they are broken down, their leaves fall off, branches broken, they fall to the ground and gradually decompose. As a result of the decomposition, various kinds of acids can be formed, which in turn can affect the surface of the earth, particularly rocks that may be there. It may be affected by the plants. Similarly, in some cases you may have seen in many buildings, बहुत सारा बिल्डिंग में तुमने देखा होगा इस तरह का प्लांट्स या पेड़ पौधा दीवार से निकल रहा है. What they are actually doing, their roots, as they becoming stronger, going downwards, they actually exert pressure on those rocks and gradually break them up. Animals, not all animals, but there are certain animals which have what we call the ability of digging the soil, like dogs are there, rats or rodents are there, rabbits are there. What they do by their actions, they actually remove the soil and expose the rocks that may be there, which may have over a period of time undergo weathering, or they may be exposed to erosion. And in case of the human beings, of course, no need to tell you how the human beings can change the surface of the earth. In fact, human beings, for doing their agriculture, as the population is increasing, for doing the agriculture, they are clearing up the forest areas, they are actually making land suitable for agriculture by undergoing various kinds of changes. So this was in short an idea of the geomorphic processes, and thereafter we'll be studying about the various landform features that are there, particularly mountains, plateaus and plains. These terms, all these terms, terrestrial, extraterrestrial, endogenetic, exogenetic, I have explained it in the slide video also, but all the terms, majority of the terms are there in the end of your book also. Do go through these terms because they are more important from the objective point of view, or just they may come just in the 2-mark question. So basically you need to know the definition of each one of them. Thank you.